Hello there, Brick Fanatics! Well, San Diego Comic-Con 2024 is upon us and has brought with it a plethora of brand new LEGO set reveals, many of which would be absolutely brilliant and very exciting had they not already leaked. Unfortunately, this is LEGO in 2024. With such a diverse and varied collection of LEGO sets to talk about, it's difficult to know where to start, and so the logical solution, this being a YouTube video, is to simply rank them. Now, if you spend any time on the internet at all, you will know exactly how a ranking video works, but we're going to mix up the formula here a little bit. Under normal circumstances, you would start with the worst thing and work your way up to best, so that the video has a nice big finish and everybody gets a nice treat at the end. This time around, we are going to start with the best thing and we are going to work our way down to the worst of these LEGO sets. And we're doing this for two reasons. Number one, because the worst set to have been revealed at San Diego Comic-Con is going to be by far the most interesting to talk about, so that should be a nice little treat. The second reason is because I actually have the best thing revealed at LEGO Comic-Con right here, so I can actually just show it to you right now. Dungeons & Dragons minifigures do something that the larger Red Dragon's Tail Dungeons & Dragons LEGO set simply cannot. They are accessible, because they are cheap, but they are also customizable and personalizable. You can mix and match. That is the wonderful joy of LEGO minifigures. I think it might have been nice to have slightly more Dungeons & Dragons sets, akin to how we've had slightly more Fortnite sets, all coming in that first wave, as mentioned in the previous video. But this makes up for the fact that the very first Dungeons & Dragons set was a little bit locked in its approach, because here we have a collection of different characters, a collection of different personalizable characters that can reflect a party of adventurers, much as you might have in an actual Dungeons & Dragons game. And that means that if you are a Dungeons & Dragons fan, you can pick up one or two of these boxes and make an approximation of your character in LEGO form. It's not going to be one-to-one, and it will depend on your personal character and indeed on the parts that are available here, but you can get a lot closer than you would get with Red Dragon's Tail. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail on all of these minifigures at this stage, because I do have a review that is coming up in the near future, and I'm not allowed to open these boxes at this stage to show you, but what I can say is that just from the lineup of characters, it looks like it's pretty solid, and it looks like there's a lot of the more popular races and classes have been represented here. Not all of them, unfortunately, and so I do think that some people are going to be a bit disappointed. Now, if you were wondering about these boxes, I can confirm that yet again they have got the delightful larger dot matrix codes on here, and that means that these will be scannable with the Brick Search app, which will get an update in a little while, so that these should be able to just work the same way as previous minifigure boxes, and you'll just be able to scan them very easily using the app on your phone and immediately know what is inside the boxes. That's going to be very, very useful for anyone who's trying to build a specific character, or for anybody who's trying to get the entire set. As said, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell, because a review is coming soon. In other news, we've got some other LEGO sets to talk about. Jedi Bob's Starfighter is a LEGO set that would be significantly more exciting to see at San Diego Comic-Con had it not already leaked all over the internet repeatedly for several months at this point. It's impressive that the LEGO Group decided to hold off on the big reveal of this set until this point, given that everybody already knew it was coming. Now, a lot of the immediate excitement of seeing this set may have worn off by this point, but there's a reason why this set has been so widely talked about. LEGO fans cannot get enough of Jedi Bob, which is brilliant, because the whole point of Jedi Bob is he's basically just a meta joke referencing other things within LEGO Star Wars. Originally debuting in a Republic gunship set for Attack of the Clones, Jedi Bob predates the time when LEGO minifigures had accurate skin tones when representing actual people or characters within films and other media. Indeed, I think at that point, the LEGO Group wasn't necessarily too fussed about having every single minifigure be a specific referenced character within a film. The point of Jedi Bob was that he was a generic Jedi guy. He was just, one of the many Jedi in Attack of the Clones that just shows up in the background. And you don't really need much more than that, do you? You can make up your own backstory and just have some fun with it, right? And boy, did the LEGO fans take the LEGO Group at that challenge and just run with it. Jedi Bob has turned up over the years since, and LEGO fans are always very happy to see him. Just this wonderful blank slate of a character that has been imbued with so much personality and greater meaning by LEGO fans. The particular version that's going to be showing up in Jedi Bob's Starfighter is from the Rebuild the World cartoon, which is going to be debuting on Disney Plus in the near future, and is, it seems, set to be fairly self-referential in and of itself. Notice, by the way, that this new Jedi Bob still has completely dark black pupils without the little dot of white in there that's to symbolise kind of life and spark that you get from a lot of LEGO minifigures at the moment, which is akin to the way that Emmett in the LEGO movie just had those original black eyes to reference the particular period in LEGO history that he was supposed to come from. It's just a nice little touch that reminds us that yes, this is meant to be the same Jedi Bob that we had all the way back in 2002. The Starfighter itself appears to take inspiration from several different pieces of Star Wars media. So the colour scheme is red and white. It looks a lot like Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from Attack of the Clones, albeit with a kind of a slightly brighter, warmer, redder colour to it rather than the darker, more maroon colour of Obi-Wan's ship. But then also it seems to take inspiration from Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter from the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars series, and a little bit of Plo Koon's Jedi Starfighter is in there as well. It's a nice build. It looks very fun, and I can't wait to get my hands on it personally, so hopefully it's going to live up to that expectation. Next up, we've got this delightful pixel-perfect Mario and Yoshi display piece, which is apparently the latest in the ongoing kind of annual series of larger, more display-oriented Nintendo, particularly Super Mario-related sets. It feels odd that it's taken this long for the LEGO Group to finally try and adapt actual pixel art from a video game into LEGO form, given that that's one of the first things that a lot of people do when given a big bucket of LEGO. Just see if I can stack these together and make an approximation of the pixel art characters from my favourite game. That is, unless your favourite game was made in the last 20 years, in which case it might not necessarily have pixel art. I think the main challenge for people trying to recreate pixel art in LEGO form is that the LEGO brick is not a cube, it is taller than it is wide. And certainly with things like, Sonic the Hedgehog, you can see how hard the designers have had to work in order to make these almost but not quite square here in the checkerboard pattern on Green Hill Zone. Like, it's difficult to perfectly and accurately translate pixel art into LEGO form. The solution that the LEGO designers have come up with is fairly simple. They have decided to turn the brick sideways and do it more like a LEGO art piece, all flat using little tiled pieces instead of trying to build the entire thing upright. That solution seems to have worked perfectly well for the LEGO Group, and it has enabled them to have a little bit of motion in the set as well, so you can turn a crank and Yoshi's legs move, and also his arm? Is it a saddle? Is that... I've never had to think about it before. What is this orange thing? What is that there on the original sprite art from the game? What is that? Anyway, apparently this LEGO set was initially on display at San Diego Comic-Con at the LEGO booth, and at the time of making this video it has been removed and replaced with a sign saying coming soon. Not going to speculate further on why that might be or what happens to be going on there, and indeed by the time I've finished making this video and it's been uploaded, perhaps the thing is back on display. Also, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other because, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm not at San Diego Comic-Con. Right, now we're getting down this list. Number 4, I initially left off my list of sets that had been revealed at San Diego Comic-Con and had to be prompted and reminded that it actually existed, which I feel like tells you everything you really need to know about it. Here it is, it's a Minecraft birthday set. Need I elaborate further? Probably not. Anyway, it is time, finally, to talk about the most interesting LEGO set to have been revealed at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. The worst of the bunch, and therefore kind of the best of the bunch. It is 77000 Shadow the Hedgehog. Here he is, drink him in. Is he not just absolutely gorgeous? Oh, he looks like he was based on fan art drawn by an 8-year-old. Just wrong in so many ways. Just look at this thing, it is incredible. I just cannot get my head around how this was actually approved. It looks just wonderful. Indulge me a second as I just read from the description of this set from the LEGO website, because this is just wonderful. Adult gaming enthusiasts can share their passion for the ultimate life form with this collectible Shadow the Hedgehog buildable LEGO display gift model. This authentically detailed model kit captures the bold colouring and fierce expression of Shadow. I mean, yeah, sure it does, yeah. In case you are unaware of this, and who could possibly be unaware of this, Sega and Sonic Team have designated 2024 as the Year of Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow is turning up in the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 film, and in Sonic X Shadow Generations, a remaster / additional content for an older computer game that came out and was initially designed as a nostalgia piece, and so now is a nostalgia piece for a nostalgia piece. This is the Sonic the Hedgehog fandom. I feel like, given the hard time I'm giving this LEGO set, I should probably show you this picture of me with Jun Tsunoi from the Sonic Orchestrated event that happened last year in London, simply because I need you to be aware that I am actually an enormous Sonic the Hedgehog fan, and so as I rib and I joke, it is done with absolute love. At the same time, how bad does this LEGO set look? Anyway, well done all of us. We have made our way through the list of sets revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. What is your personal preference? How would you rank these sets? Make sure that you go down into the comments and let us know your thoughts. Also, if you are going to be buying any LEGO in the near future, make sure that you use the affiliate link, which is down in the description, or the QR code that is currently on screen, because doing so just gives us a little bit of a kickback when you make that purchase. Make sure also that you go to brickfanatics.com for all of your LEGO news and reviews, and make sure that you sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything LEGO related ever again. Thank you very, very much for watching.